Hey yo, I'm back. Finally, it's been a long time. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So yeah, I've been taking a break for a long time because of issues I have, but now I'm back. I'm sorry for the lack of video, but today we're back with another video. And this video for the comeback will be What If Monica Was Born in DBZ, part 5, or 15. So, I've been watching some Dragon Ball superheroes and also read the whole Granola chapter. So now I could continue the Granola arc and do some Dragon Ball superhero content. But keep that in mind, I don't want to keep this too long. I'm just going to start the theater right away. But also, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Anyway, let us continue. As you all expected, Hit and Homer has arrived to assassinate Goku, unaware that Goku has actually hired them to kill himself, I guess. Why would he do that? But the two don't talk, and immediately they just attack Goku. That's their only target. Monica went to help Goku to fight the two of them off, which I'll say at first it pretty be seen decent battle, but the only thing is that Hit and Homer both have time skip. Yes, even Homura does. And since the two of them fight in perfect synergy, they're actually able to overwhelm both of them. I'm referring to Goku and Monica, which the both are being overwhelmed. They had to transform to the higher states, with Goku going Super Saiyan Blue and Monica going to her ultimate form. But even with this, it's still pretty much somewhat an equal match. I would not pay attention to the Goku and Hit battle because I would leave that as the same. I'm mostly going to focus on Monica and Homura's battle because that's the most important battle I want to cover. Even in her ultimate form, somehow Homer is still keeping up, which surprises Monica. She knows who Homer is. Yes, she must work for the assassin, but she wonders like who exactly she is. So she tried to talk as well. Of course, Homer doesn't say anything at first, but eventually they're able to talk it out. Which Homer explains the two of them are actually pretty much the same. Like their powers and everything, they're quite similar. Monica's confused, but Homer explains further. She explained her backstory about how she was adopted by Hit when her planet Earth was about to explode during these crazy wars and stuff. Hit actually raised a child. Hit wasn't originally wanted to raise a child since he was earnestly here to Earth to assassinate someone, but he was too late as the planet was already about to explode. And seeing the little girl, he couldn't help it, but he had to take her with him. And he began to train Homer assassin techniques, such as the time skip, for example. Homer learns really quickly. It became assassin herself, and the two actually have some sort of father and daughter bond. Despite them not being related, the two have a pretty good relationship. And of course, someone hired them to kill Goku, and that's what they're here to do. And this is Homer's first time visiting a different universe. And seeing Monica, it impressed her a lot by her abilities. But she told her that it's not going to be enough to defeat her. Monica knows it's right, but at least at this stage, she isn't standing a chance. Homer's confused by this, which Monica explained that she actually found a new path of power that she wanted to try out. Although she never tried before, she feels like this is a good chance to do it now. So she powers up. Although she doesn't go any transformation, except her eye color changes once again. She's actually able to fuse God Ki in her ultimate form, which she simply calls it Ultimate God. Now, it does look like the same as her super form, but if you look closely, she does have the white spots around her hair, and her eyes are not like, her eyes are a little bit different. But compared to the super form and the Ultimate God, you see what I mean. But anyway, this power is really, really strong, and she's able to use it to actually overpower Homura. Homura tries to use her time skip, adapting it, even making it longer, but Monica is somehow able to predict it. At one point, she even used other techniques that she learned from Goku and Piccolo. She was able to use instant transmission to trip Homura up, fire multiple Kamehamehas, and even she learned some other techniques from her own, such as the Ki arrows and the Ki bow. She was able to create a Ki weapon, seeing Goku Black able to use Ki weapons like Ki blade. What if she make a Ki bow? So she tried that, and it worked. She was able to use that, firing Ki arrows at her targets. Homer is really impressed by Monica's power and is actually being overwhelmed. She does sense Hit is also being overwhelmed at the same time by Goku. So she decides she had to play up her own game. She begins to power it up. Her purple eyes then turn red, and her orb became red as well. Also somewhat similar to a God of Destruction's energy, which actually shocked Monica for a second. Homura then powered up, now enter her super form. She's completely confused, even she doesn't have ultimate form. Somehow, Homura is really powerful, and since it's that God of Destruction energy, Monica flat out told Homura, did she train with the God of Destruction? Which Homura confirms it. Yes, she's been training with the God of Destruction, Lord Champa. However, Hit doesn't train, which is fine for her. She rather train there herself anyways, to improve herself. And so, she did train with God of Destruction, although she doesn't have the God of Destruction mode like we all expected, or you expected. I don't want to make her too overpowered, but saying that she has a super form able to combine her own godly energy to that. And so the two begin the battle, and once again, the battle is somewhat even, or at least at first. I'll say a few times Homura overpowers Monica, but Monica also overpowers Homura. They both have really good techniques. Like I said, Homura could also create key blades herself, even key weapons, such as many weapons from militaries I've seen her use, even key grenades. Monica has to counter these attacks by using special beam cannons, key arrows, or even using a feet Kamehameha to even dodge the explosions below her. At this rate, she isn't going to win like this. However, seeing Goku using Kaioken, she actually has a good idea. And yes, you know what I'm thinking. She then rushed in at Homura. Homura rushed in as well. And before she throws a punch, Monica yells out Kaioken, stacking Kaioken to her ultimate god form, and landing a right hook to her face, sending her flying. Yes, of course, Monica would have been stupid enough to not learn Kaioken. She have Kaioken for a long time. She just rarely uses it, or if not, haven't used it at all. So she does have this power, just being around everyone so much. Of course, just catch Homer off guard. Which Monica smiled. She then used Kaioken times 20. Now the thing is, since she's in her ultimate form, the ultimate form doesn't drain her energy. It's just the Kaioken does. So she can use any high multiplier she wants. Of course, she could use Kaioken times 100, but that's going to drain her body completely. So times 20 should be more than enough to take her down. And her words are correct. She's able to overpower Homura, overpower her time skip and her other abilities, and eventually defeated the assassin. And at the same time, Goku has defeated Hit the same way he did as Canon. But I will say the story will also end the same way, with them finding out that Goku's the one who hired them to kill himself, I guess. They all share a laugh, and they left. Homura isn't gonna lie, she is really impressed by Universe 7's warriors, especially Monica, which Homura promised that she will fight her again for a rematch. Of course, Monica agrees, and the two shake hands. And once that, they left Universe 7. Now, obviously, the next arc will obviously be the Tournament of Power. But first, I want to cover Universe 7's fighters. Specifically, I have not mentioned Broly at all. What has he been doing this whole time? Well, I'll tell you. Gohan and Piccolo were actually trying to train Broly, trying to help him to gain control over himself. And to do that, the only best way person who could do that is Piccolo himself or Master Roshi, which Broly was actually training with Roshi. And at one point, they took him to the time chamber, so at least try to get his race out. But of course, it was a bad idea since the two of them were not even strong enough to beat them all. But after some times and years in the time chamber, Broly's able to control at least his Super Saiyan form and his Wrathful form. Not his full power legendary Super Saiyan form or whatever we call it. He still needs a long way to control it. Goku will still make that stupid decision of like, hey, I'm going to remind Senna about the Tournament of Power. And because of that, now everyone has to get 10 fighters to be prepared. I mean, that should be an issue. We have so many fighters. Right away, Goku, Vegeta, and Monica will be joining the Tournament of Power. Of course, you also have Piccolo and Gohan will be joining. Then Broly, 17 and 18. And as for the last two members, it's pretty simple. We can either use Krillin or Tien. If not Tien, at least Master Roshi. I mean, there's no need for Frieza in the team, because there's no need to, since Frieza could be easily replaced by either Madoka or Broly. And of course, I would do also like to mention Majin Buu, but you know, that's not gonna happen. But yeah, now with the team set, they're ready to go to turn power. But first, and at Universe 11, they have the same team. However, there is one powerful warrior that's even also slightly above Jiren, the same training that Homura and Monica did. She is pretty powerful, but we'll only see her in a tournament power. So right now, this is where I leave this off. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm back, so yeah, see ya.